Strong Talk Q&A in a car. Remember a couple years ago when everyone filmed these videos while they were driving? Like, everyone has these big philosophical rants about training, and they can only think about it while driving on the interstate. Well, I guess I'm going to do that again, bring it back. Even though it probably never went away. I just don't drive anywhere anymore. So, since you've probably already tuned out, the question right now is what to do after a strongman contest. Let's say, you just competed and you're like, you really want to go back and train. You're probably beat up from the contest because it took a lot out of you. What should you do that week following the contest? You should not hit events. Don't do that. I do more of a bodybuilding style thing. Just get in, kind of start off, get pretty much starting off a hypertrophy block. You want to get big and jacked again. You're not going to do that by doing a bunch of singles. So, work in. I'll do, like 5 sets of 10. I don't really do the back squat or deadlift or anything, but I'm going to do everything else I can to the, I'm not going to log press. So let's say I'll do, 3 sets of 20 incline bench, a little bit of stuff for chest. I like to do a seated military press to kind of get some blood flow back in my shoulders, a whole bunch of, high rep curls and, band, press downs for the triceps. If you have a leg press, stuff like that, walking lunges. Kind of take it, if you have any nagging injuries, kind of a little bit more focus on them, that you hopefully have a bit of time between your next contest or not. And just relax. It might have, and kind of think about what went well, what went well, what was fun. Find all the photos you got tagged in and post them all over social media, even if, to make it look like you actually did something. That's always important. I like to do a contest write-up instead, I'm all geared up about, my training and I want to get back to it. I just kind of like to write out while it's fresh in my mind all my thoughts and feelings about the show, and people end up actually liking to read that stuff, and it's fun to look back a couple years down the road and where your head was at when you've been doing this for 5 or 10 years later. I'll go back and read some stuff I wrote, and I think a lot of people miss out and should do more of that. And you kind of learn, and then there's some contest write-ups I've done, and I'll look back at them, I'm like, shit, I forgot that 3 years ago I said I better start doing more of this in my training, and I went back to being a dumb meathead. So it kind of can remind you of what you already knew, but then you kind of forgot with your own stubbornness. So definitely just kind of write down, everything's raw and it's right there, everything that went down. And not just I did I hit a 280 pound log press, then I did farmer's walks in 13 seconds. You don't need to do that. Actually say what was going on in your head, what happened, not excuses then I hurt this, and I would have done great if this, but what you really felt, and be open about it. Even if you don't publish it all over Facebook and be an attention whore like me, you just save it for yourself. I think that's really important, and what you should really do. But just get back into a little bit of bodybuilder stuff, gain some more muscle, go for lots of walks, do a little bit of agility work if you're slow, work on your mobility again, and get healed up and start a training block for the next one.